Hello, my name is Kelly Elsroth. I am one of the social science professors at Mid-Michigan Community College, and I'm one of the instructors of Social Science 200 in its online version. I wanted to do a presentation this week for students taking Social Science 200 at Mid so that you have some information and direction for the service learning project you will be doing for this course this semester. You have read in the syllabus that you are required to volunteer at least 15 hours of your time in service learning in addition to the other requirements of your Social Science 200 class. We will be doing a discussion forum starting this week where you can start sharing ideas of where you will do the service learning project, but I'm sure you have some ideas about why and what you're supposed to do. So let me begin with a brief explanation of why we require a service learning project. Social Science 200 is a general education option towards fulfilling a social science course in your program at Mid. We include this service learning because we believe it is an important part of your social science educational experience. We think it's important because you get an opportunity to do application of what you are learning about the social sciences, and you get an opportunity for experiential learning as you engage with our community. You're going to be doing your project within the context of what you learn about the social sciences and apply those to these activities. Keep those points in mind as you consider your project and remember to analyze it in the context of the social sciences. The experiential aspect we really value. You get an opportunity to interact with people in your community that otherwise you might not. Think about diversity and what it means. There's diversity in power, race, social class, gender, and many other ways that we differentiate between people. Think about how those classifications might influence the agency's work and its clients when you begin your service learning project. There is also an opportunity to have a practical experience in your education at Mid, as you help find solutions in your community and you're applying the social science discipline's views to those problems. If you go back into your syllabus, review the learning outcomes of the course, and you will see that this project will assess how well you've met those outcomes. So there's opportunity for application, for experiential learning, for practical applied work, and you also are going to give us a chance to assess your own general education as you reflect for us your critical thinking, your information literacy, and how well you can communicate those things in writing and in word. You're in this together, so that last part of being shared, I think, is really important. You may even work together, but you definitely get to encourage each other and share about your projects. In addition, you're going to get to highlight your own presentation skills and computer literacy skills that you've learned from other courses as you apply that to the written and verbal work for the social sciences. You also get to show us your ability to do research using social science academic source materials. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering, how do I begin to choose my project? It isn't too early to begin to consider where you want to serve. I'm not going to choose those locations for you. I want you to first think about what's important to you. For example, many students in the class are going into a medical profession. Perhaps you can think about how your skills you've already developed can be used in your community in a volunteer setting. Maybe you're actually more concerned about children's issues or problems of poverty, the elderly in your environment, or even the state of the physical environment in which we live. So think about where you live. What do you want to see improved in your community? You should also consider who you are. What can you offer? What types of talents and skills do you have? Think also about your own personality. You may have some great computer skills. A lot of volunteer agencies and aid agencies could use someone with some computer skills, someone who can do office work with kids. Maybe you even like to do hospitality events. Perhaps there's an event you can help plan for an agency in your community. You should also consider for yourself how this might connect to your career. It isn't a requirement, but it might make sense to you. For example, we have people going into criminal justice, the medical professions, business. There are lots of ways you can connect those careers to volunteer opportunities in your community. Think about your prior educational experiences, the things that you know that you'd like to share with other people. Think too about this, how this could build your resume and help you in your future career in terms of job hunting and sharing with your potential future employers the ways that you care about your community. When you begin to start to think about your project, we will be doing some brainstorming together. You'll get to do some discussion forums with other students, and you might be able to give each other ideas. Ask around. I'm sure you have known people who have taken this class. Where did they do their projects, and did they enjoy that project? Or maybe they heard of other places their fellow students did these projects that were great opportunities. A few requirements is to remember that you need to be at a nonprofit agency. For example, a charity, some kind of aid organization, even the government. You have to do volunteer hours. You can't be getting paid. And that includes that you can't be double dipping into your clinical hours or internship hours that some of you are already doing. You need to find 15 additional hours. I know you're busy. I also know you can do this. You can also consider doing this as a group to collaborate with other students. That might energize and motivate you. Just do keep in mind, you have to do 15 hours yourself, and you will have to write your own paper and do your own presentation. I'm willing to give you a few ideas of where other students have gone in the past. Soup kitchens and food pantries have been very popular places. Look for women's aid services in your area or youth organization, keeping in mind that those places may require a background check. You could also consider if a nonprofit or someone in the community could use some fundraising help. For example, I think some students have helped plan the Big Brothers Big Sisters major fundraiser they hold each spring. Do also consider a faith-based organization you're already a part of, but just consider that you need to find a project that is meeting a need within the community. For example, if your church raises money or collects things to send to people who are in need, that could work. But you can't do some kind of an evangelism or conversion effort. We are not a class on religion, we're a class of the social sciences. And you don't have to do anything that's local either. You could also get involved with some kind of a global effort as well. In terms of how you're going to be graded, remember that this project overall, in terms of points, is 1/3 of the points for the whole class. However, if you don't do the project, you will not pass the class. It is a requirement. Part of your grade will come from discussion forums that we do throughout the semester. A major part of it is doing the paper. That will include a contact person from the agency who can verify your hours. So I do encourage you to find some kind of way of doing a time log and a diary to keep track of your hours and the actual work that you did. To be able to share this with the other people in the class, you will also create a digital presentation that you will upload into the class so that other students can watch that as they are able. It won't be in front of everybody live. It will be recorded, and we will certainly give you tools to help you to pull that together. And I'm going to include it one more time. Be sure to think of how you include this experience on your own resume. Hopefully it gave you some ideas. I'm sure that some of you might be feeling concerned about the time requirements to do this project. So I do want to remind you this is totally doable. Service learning projects have been a part of this class for many, many years. So hundreds, maybe thousands of students at Mid have made a difference in their community doing these hours every semester. Think about your education and how you've invested in yourself. You have a lot to offer back. Your education has been worthwhile. So please take advantage of this opportunity and really enjoy it. And also please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the project, and perhaps I can give you some ideas or thoughts. Alright, so I'll see you in the discussion forum as we think about where we might want to start doing these hours. Thank you.